Hey, Talofa Lava. Leotawa Dr. John Peterson here with TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Coming at you live and direct from the northern state of Minnesota, up here in the Twin Cities. I hope everybody's doing good out there. It's been cold. Oh my goodness, we've had a cold snap here, but it's supposed to warm up this weekend. It's been in the 20s and the 30s in the mornings the last couple days up here, but it's supposed to be up near around 70 this weekend, so looking forward to getting a little bit more normal weather for October. I haven't done a lot of videos in the last week and a half. Been super busy with work, been traveling around the state doing consulting work, working with schools and districts. I got another consulting gig that I'm going to do here in Richfield tomorrow. That's a half-day retreat with about 150 teachers. Should be good. Looking forward to that. Yeah, just a lot of different work-related projects, so I haven't had a ton of time for doing cards and YouTube videos, unfortunately. But I thought I would jump on and do one today and get something out there. A couple things: hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. I always love to hear from folks. We got a little over 12,000 subscribers. Things have cooled off quite a bit since the last hot spell we had with a bunch of folks subscribing, but still really appreciate everybody checking out the show. I wanted to show you all a few pieces that I've recently uploaded into my slabs. Those of you who watch the channel know that I'm a big fan of my slabs, and I've sold a bunch of cards. I think I've sold close to I don't know, 70 some cards on my slab since I got accepted onto the platform here a few months back. You can find TE2 by searching, putting a search here, putting in TE2, and then clicking the magnifying glass, and that pulls up the 428 different results we have in the gallery of greats, as I call it. The recent uploads that I put in were some 1964 Topps stand-up cards. These are beautiful cards. They're relatively, I mean, they're not as abundant, I should say, as the 1964 Topps set. Harder to find in decent condition. Out of this group, we've got Yastrzemski. That's in the 6. That's a pretty sweet card. I've got the Aaron, the Banks, got the Matthews, the Clemente, and the Koufax. Oh, and I also got a Frank Robinson too, and an EX5. Also put up some other pieces. There's a Maris rookie over there on the far right hand side. It's got some snowing on it, but otherwise it's a pretty decent card. Put up these two Williamses from the 58 set. Got that 58 All-Star Mickey Mantle, which I absolutely love that card. On the left-hand side, we got Musial's first Topps card, 58 All-Star. And then some other nice pieces. That Aaron is a beautiful 4. I don't know if you're interested in Aaron cards, but I think that looks almost like a 6 to me. And the centering is really nice. The corners are pretty solid. How that got a 4, I have no idea. So anyway, just thought I'd share some of these cards. Hit me up on my slabs. You can also click on the information icon in the upper right hand corner of this video to immediately access my slabs page. So the next thing I wanted to share with folks is a market update. I get these emails. I'm a realtor. I'm a licensed realtor here in Minnesota. I don't do a ton with the realty right now just because I'm so busy with consulting and working with different clients and stuff. I'm also coaching my son's 7th grade basketball team, which is exciting. I haven't coached in a couple years because of the pandemic, and I've been busy with that, getting ready for practices, having practices, and pretty soon in the next few weeks we'll start tournaments, so I'll be pretty busy on the weekends. But I wanted to share with you a little bit about this realtor weekly market update that I receive. This is for October 17th through the 21st. I just want to read through this. Inflation irritation. The much anticipated September Consumer Price Index, also known as the CPI, was released last Thursday, and it wasn't pretty. Disappointed lenders and investors saw a number that was hotter than expected, with inflation reaching well over 8%. Home loan rates, which had been holding on to slightly lower monthly levels, immediately moved up on the news. The average 30-year fixed conventional mortgage rate is now topping 7% for most loan scenarios, a level not seen in 20 years. The Federal Reserve is taking a strong stance on fighting inflation, so hot PPI and CPI numbers this past week all but cemented an additional, this is important, 75 basis point hike in November, with some analysts predicting a whopping 100 basis point hike is possible. It is looking like home loan rates are going to have to wait a bit longer for the much anticipated trend toward lower levels. The Fed closely watches the personal consumption expenditure PCE inflation report, which is due out on October 28th. Until then, the bond market and home loan rates will be influenced by general trading action in the bond and stock markets. Next month will bring even more influence as the monthly reports once again roll over with fresh data. So what does this all mean for the card hobby, sports card hobby, sports memorabilia hobby? Well, I'm not Nostradamus, all right, so I can't predict the future. But what I can say is the data is pointing toward increased drops in card prices. This is just my humble opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm not a pumper and I'm not a dumper, so I'm not talking about any specific cards. I'm just talking about the market. If CPI is over 8% as of September, unless we see a decrease from the October data, we definitely are going to see a 75 point basis hike, point hike in November, and possibly 75 in November, and if things don't improve, 75 in December. So we're looking at 75 to 150, maybe even more basis point hikes likely, not for sure, but likely in the coming 2 months. What does that mean for sports cards? Well, it means that people are going to hold on to cash and they're going to be less inclined to buy, which with the demand going down and the supply staying relatively stable, we should see continued prices to go down for cards, whether it's graded singles or whether it's wax or whether it's raw ungraded cards for sets, that sort of thing. So hold on tight. I would say this is not maybe the best environment to be selling, although I am still selling. I priced and repriced my things to be a little bit closer to market value. But it's definitely a good time to be watching and looking and seeing if there are some good opportunities to buy. And looking at blue chippers like Mantles, Aaron's, Clementes, some of those vintage pieces. I'd be reticent to get a whole bunch of stuff in the ultra modern right now. I just think that market's a little bit too volatile for my liking. But if you find some blue chip stuff like some LeBron Jameses or Jordans, there are Tiger Woods, there are some classic pieces out there and classic players that you can pick up that I'm thinking are going to. Tom Brady, here's another one. If you can find some of that stuff at a depressed price, because the value has gone down due to the market, it might be a good time to take a look at picking up some of those pieces. I know for me, I'm going to be looking constantly for Mantles. I'm always on the hunt for Mickey Mantle cards. I think they are some of the most liquid assets, alternative assets out there. So I'm just checking out what's going on with different Mantles, especially like the 1960 tops, the 53 tops, which I already have, but always looking at what the value is on that. The Bowman 51 rookie, 52 Bowman, the 54 Bowman, the 53 Bowman. I mean, those Bowmans are nice cards, man. Some of the Topps cards, I sold the 59 Topps, so I'm going to be looking to replace that here. And I also don't have a 58 Topps. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think in the comments about the market, about the hobby, about prices. Yeah, that's all I got for you. A pretty short video today. Hope you have a blessed week, a blessed day. Peace out. One love.